Perhaps the only one in the audience that can relate to my good morning story, because I don't say good morning, because it gives me throwback to my boot camp days. What's good about it, Peña? You sorry fucking Mexican cunt. You're the sorriest man in this man's army. So when you tell me good morning, I have negative thoughts about you. You like my wife, Peña? You don't like my wife, Peña? What's wrong with my wife, Peña? No matter what the fuck you said. So, I used to say, but I don't anymore, if you say good morning to me, you don't have gym privileges. But it's so ingrained in you because you're such retards. And even though I'm telling you this, somebody tomorrow morning in this group, this august group, will tell me fucking good morning. If I told you I'm going to put a bullet in your fucking head, you'd still say good morning. Because political correctness is a manifestation of a lack of self-esteem. You don't really give a fuck if it's a good morning, do you? No. Why do you say it? Because you were taught by your retard parents. The honest of you that filled out the paperwork, when I asked about your regrets of your parents, some of you said they don't discuss it with me. I've never asked them. I can only imagine. Most of the regrets are you. Why would anybody look to you to be their retirement fund, i.e. the Asians in the room? Why would anybody look to you and have to live through you vicariously? Because they didn't accomplish anything. We'll pass out your vagina cream later. Why do I give you vagina cream? Okay, could you read that, please? What does it say? Can you read English?
Yes.
What's it say?
Quickly cool.
No, what's it for?
How to use?
No, what's it for?
For,
It's for itchy vaginas. Fuck, I told you were gonna have problems last night. I told you were gonna be a pain in my, well, I didn't know you were gonna be an itch in my ass. Asians are problems. We'll get into all that. But the bottom line is everybody's a problem. We'll talk about, but I think we have enough supply for you. In the 90s, we made you put it on in this seminar. Now just think about that. Just close your eyes and visualize that. But that's where most of my billions came from, in the 90s. You were locked up here for a week, no cell phones, no outside contact, and I physically beat you. Physically, with my hands. That's most of them. So when you ask me, why am I hard? I should be fucking harder. Where's my fucking, there it is. For all the times I've used this, I still have trouble with it. Shalom, Vigates, fuck you, you cunt, hello. Some of you are here because this is, you think, the end of your rainbow. There's a rainbow there. And why do I have this fucking slide? I'm embarrassed because a few years ago I made comment and one of you got up in the morning to take a picture of it, to give it to me like I gave a shit. Most of the gestures of friendship that you do, nobody gives a shit about. Just like good morning. You think Steve Jobs gave a fuck? You think Elon gives a shit? This should really be the seminar of the psychology of high-performance people. Because success leaves clues. And the one thing that my wall of influencers and my Hall of Fame and even my Hall of Shame all have in common is they manage their lives in certain fact patterns. This seminar is a new seminar from the one I gave in November. And in August, I started changing the seminar for this year. We tested things in August, we tested them in September, and we tested them, August, October, and November. And this is the derivation of those changes. And the results from August, October, and November are unprecedented. We have a young active duty military kid who attended the seminar that he left here September 1, who from the day he left here, as I said last night, to the day he closed 2 deals simultaneously was 117 days. That has not been done in 20 years. Closed the deal. Got his anchor chairman, got his dream team, got his accountants, got his lawyers, picked an industry, and closed 2 deals simultaneously on the 29th of December, I believe, 117 days. And we've made the seminar better since he left. And you'll see, you're going to be the I don't know, guinea pig's the right word, but guinea pig's good enough, because you all look like pigs to me. But what did Sarah Palin say? Even if you put fucking lipstick on a pig's lips, it's still a fucking pig, isn't it? Everybody know? No, you know, it's not important who Sarah Palin is. She ran for president, or vice president, excuse me. QLA is a system where ordinary men and women make extraordinary sacrifices to fulfill their dreams. Because heretofore, this is what you've learned about making money. Shit. And for those of you that have read dozens or even hundreds of books, the pile's bigger. But basically, shit. You don't know a fucking thing, i.e. you're here. We're about to close out July seminar. So we're sold out for February through July. My staff tells me we can sell out the whole year before the seminar is over. What does that tell you? You're desperate. You come to me because I'm the last saloon in the last town on the precipice of the earth. And if you go over, like they used to say in the old days, some people still in India say, you're going to fall off the edge of the earth into the abyss. You wouldn't come here if you weren't desperate. You come to me out of desperation or inspiration. Some of you think you're inspired. If you still think that after today, then you have mental problems. Nobody in this fucking room is inspired. You're desperate for various different reasons. The gals, the guys, the Asians, the whoever, it doesn't make a shit who you are. You're desperate. You're fed up. There was a movie called Network about 40, 45 years ago, where a famous scene, he got an Academy Award for it. He says, I'm fed up and I'm not going to take it anymore. That's why you're here. Why else would an old fucking guy, Asian guy like him with a bald head come here and let me scream at him? Unless he's fucking desperate. Some of you have a few shekels, meaning you got a little money. My wife lost in fur coats at airports more net worth than this whole motherfucking room has. My wife lost in fur coats at airports more net worth than this whole fucking room has. So even those of you that have a few shekels don't have any money. Because of this. There you are. Some of you even look like this poor fucker. There you are. You got to get to your relatives, your friends, just your general guilt because you got low self-esteem, society, fear to get to your goals. No wonder very few of you have ever reached your goals. And the biggest reason, you can't say families without saying lies. You cannot say family. I know this is a slow group. I said this to the kids at the Naval Academy. They were slow because they're Navy. But anyway, you can't say families without saying lies. Your families fucked you up. And more importantly, your mommy and daddy fucked you up. Self-esteem is built the first 7 years of life, arguably 8 years. Who are you with the first 7 or 8 years of life? Mama, daddy, maybe. He's probably gone. Some of you are the product of single parents, and look at how well that turned out. For those of you that think single parents can raise you as good as two parents, you're full of shit. I'll go back to the shit pile. Yet that's what they talk about now. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future. I've asked all the audiences I speak in, we're going to talk about all the schools I talk about in pro bono, because 2/3 of my time is free now, pro bono. I'm not giving back, so don't attribute any bullshit to me. It's the easiest way to reach the most people of influence for the next generation is go to universities. I've tried to talk at, back in the 90s, I talked at grammar schools, not grammar schools in the British sense, but grammar schools first 6 years. And it was, the kids were too shocked. I tried junior high schools back in the 90s. The kids couldn't take it. So I've settled in on universities. But it's my way of reaching the next generation.